Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Witchcraft and this is my floss tube number 12. I hope you all are having a lovely start to your week. It's nice, the sun's shining. I think here in England, Hampshire, we're going to have some rain towards the end of the week, but I'm going to sound old, but the plants need it. So, but yes, I hope you all are having a lovely time. Apologies, this is a bit later this week, or later in general. It's just life. I've just had a lot going on and haven't had the opportunity to post yet, but I do have a lot to go through. So yeah, thank you for holding out and subscribing and commenting. It's all really lovely and I am really enjoying doing this, so thank you. I am just going to get straight on into my whips. I am doing this on a Samsung phone now. I used to have an iPhone, so I'm still figuring it out. So hopefully the editing will be fine. If not, I'll do it on my iPhone and you won't know any difference. So yeah. The first one I'm going to talk about is my Hannah Halloween. So here is what she will look like and where she was last. And here is the progress now. And I haven't done a huge amount on her since I was on there last. I haven't had a chance to put a ton of them, but I've just filled in a bit more colours. So there we are. Basically, I have done, I think, a bit more in here, in around this area, some of the purple and some of the stalk. Yeah, so I've just been filling in colours here and there. Up over here as well, I added a bit more in, but still loving how it looks. Yeah, really pleased with that. I actually got some new colours in the post. I'd ordered a load of new colours. If you follow my Instagram, which is Witchcraft Saga, I had posted a picture of all the new colours I'd got, which were just ones I needed to fill in a lot of gaps in some of my projects. And I think there was over 50. Mad. Bobbinating them took forever. But yeah, so I'm pleased I can start filling in some of the gaps in my projects. So again, there's my Hannah Halloween. Absolutely love her. So yeah. Talking about filling in projects, I done a little bit on my treasure hunt bookshelf by Amy Stewart. So here is what that will look like and where it was last time. Now again, there's not a huge amount of difference. It's a case of me just filling in the gaps and a little bit of stitching in there. So here is what it looks like. So have I got that up? I never put these up the right way. Here is what it looks like. Is that right? Yes, that is right. So I have added colour into here, some of the leaves and just kind of all around here. So it's just a case of I've been starting to fill in the gaps a bit more, close it in a bit. So kind of spatial wise, overall, like it doesn't look like it's much different, but there are bits here and there that's been coloured in. So yeah, really super happy still with how that one's coming along. I then worked on my 20-sided dice fairy. So this is what it will look like and where it was before. I do love this one, but what I love about this one is the girl and the dice and the dragon. And for a really long time, I've just been doing background and not really seeing much. So I thought I'm just gonna go out of the where I was and get to where her eye is. So that is what I've done. So it doesn't look like much, it isn't much, but it is a start of, there's the start of her eye and it's the start of just getting onto her face. I want to get to the fun parts, so that is where I'm at with that one. It will look much better once more work's done into that, but that's just as much as I could put in that one at the time when I was doing it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of getting more of the face, and maybe there's a dragon I think down here that I could start as well. So I know that the hair in the background has to be done somewhere, and then you could say, well, why not just get it over and done with, and then you've got the fun to like finish with. But no, I couldn't wait. I'm impatient. So that is where it's gone with that one. I worked on next, so my new normal for my whip go. One of the things that I need to do is finish off a bubble on my new normal, so I'm nearly there with that. This is what it will look like and where it was last time, and here is what it looks like now. So what I've done basically is just, I'm nearly finished the bubble. You've got this little bit here and then it goes down like that. So I think since I've done it last, I've done sort of this area, so not a huge amount, but still some work on it. Still absolutely loving it, and it's coming along really nicely. So, and this is where things just get a little bit mad. So I was doing my new normal and I sat there and thought, everybody, well, not everybody, people are doing things for mania. Um, stitch, May Stitch Mania. And some people do things like they'll do a start every weekend, a new start every weekend, or finish off a project, or work on just solely one project for the month. All different ideas. And I was sat there thinking, okay, so what could I do for Mania? So I thought, well, I'll write down why I thought this. I'm completely regretting it. I thought I'll write down all of my projects, and all the stitches that they have, like how many stitches they all are, and how much I've done, and kind of just have a look at what could be done the quickest if I focus on it just in May. And the new normal was one of those because I've probably done the most percentage on my whips at the moment. And so I thought, well, if I started today, and this was last week, and worked on it every day till the end of May, and to get it done, how many stitches would I need to do? So I worked it out, and I think it was 1100 and something stitches. And I just thought, there's no way I could do that. If I'd done that, I could do it, but I wouldn't be working on anything else. And that's okay, that's fine if that's what I wanted to do, but I don't want to do that. So that's not going to work. But I got a bit kind of, what's the word? Kind of, like I was like, what am I going to do? I've got all these, why have I got all these projects? Like, I was like a bit overwhelmed, should we say. I was just looking at my list and thinking, what have I done? I've got so many, they're never going to get done. And I was like, oh, I'm really panicking. And so to get over my panic, which this makes no sense, I thought, let's not stress. I'll go on unconventional cross stitch, and I will buy the Medusa. Cheer myself up with a little Medusa chart because I need it for next year to work with Hannah Dowling. We're going to do the stitch along. Also, Coco Creates, who I watch, she is going to stitch along with us as well. So I was like, I need to get it. What if it goes out of stock? Like they don't sell it anymore before next year. If I've got it, at least I know it's there. So I was on their site, and I got an email saying, if you buy from us today, you get 15% off. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's just have a look at what else they've got on there, because there's other ones I want on there, and 15% off, I might as well, do it all at once. So I also bought Soma, which is very similar to Medusa in that it's all kind of like sepia toned. And I thought those two would look great as a pair. So I popped that in my basket. And then I also popped in one called the Blue Marbles Fragile, I think it's called. I will be talking about it in a bit. So yeah, so from I have got too many projects on the go, and what am I going to do? I then bought 3 more projects. I clearly have a problem. So yeah, and then I was waiting on my Animal Kingdom fabric because I'd ordered some sparkly fabric for that. And I'd also ordered, which had come, what I thought was 2 separate pieces of easy count even weave fabric. But what the supplier had done had just cut off, double the amount, which I worked out would fit Animal Kingdom on. So rather than wait for my sparkly fabric to come for Animal Kingdom, I really wanted to start it. So I started Animal Kingdom. So all of this, I've got too many. I've then gone on to buying more and starting another new one. So God help me. So yeah, I basically looked at my whip go, and on there Animal Kingdom was 750 stitches, which I would need to double because I'm doing a 25 count, so I do 2/1 but half stitch. So I sat down and I powered through a whole day and done over 1,500 stitches on Animal Kingdom. So here is what it will look like. This is a very long-winded story, I apologise. And I can't say here was what it was before because I hadn't started it, but here is what it looks like now. So here we have my start on Animal Kingdom. I've got the little bird here. These are some of the books, and up along here is where the gorilla starts. So it's got some lovely greens in there. I think that's blurring out a bit. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, lovely new start on that. My daughter's really pleased because obviously I've said I'll do this one for her. So yeah, I started a new one, and it doesn't stop there because of course it doesn't. So I was doing a stitch along with the ladies Friday night, which was really, really nice. And I decided, wouldn't it be cool to start a new one for my stitch along tonight? So I had the blue marbles fragile. I'll pop that on. This is what it looks like. And again, can't show you what it looks like before because it's a new start. I basically had some fabric ready to be able to do that, and I started it while stitching with the ladies. Well, I started it just before we'd got on, so I'd done about 600 stitches because again I'm doing it 25, so it's 2 over 1. I'd done 600 stitches before I got on with the ladies, and then I think by the end of the night I'd done sort of like 1,500 on that as well. So here is where that is at. So it's basically just the start of the helmet going round. There's not a huge amount to see, but you've got a bit of the Starry Night and start of the helmet. So yeah, I was quite enjoying doing that with the ladies Friday night and getting a few stitches in. So yeah, there's not a lot to see, but that's another start I didn't need to do, but I have because I've come completely stitching crazy. And it again does not stop there, ladies or gentlemen, whoever's watching. I just don't even know what to say anymore. Because my sparkle fabric came that I was waiting for Animal Kingdom, and I was sat thinking about it, and I thought, well, that's okay, I can use that for the Amy Stewart stitch in time that I'm doing on my birthday. And the more I thought about it, I was speaking to Marcia, who I did the stitch along with as with the other ladies, and I said to her that basically I was thinking the fact that it's sparkly fabric, it actually would be nicer to do a pattern that you could see some of the background, because otherwise you're just stitching over all that sparkles and it's kind of a bit wasted. So I said to her, what does she think about me starting Hannah Halloween again? Because it'll be smaller on 25 count and you'd have the nice sparkle in the background. And she said, well, you know, why don't you give it a little bit of a start and see? And then I was speaking to my friend Krivka that I watched Netflix with her and her husband Ed, and she said, why don't you do a different pattern that has no background? Then you don't have to, excuse me, start Hannah Halloween again. So I just kept looking for one, you know, I needed to do something on this sparkly fabric. So anyway, I was chatting to the ladies on the Friday night stitch along and was talking to them about it. And Marcia said to me, you know, you could just keep that fabric for, you know, in the future something come along. And of course, yes, that would make sense, but I don't make sense. And now I've got this sparkly fabric I want to do a pattern on. So I was talking to them about how I had looked at doing Pandemic on it, because that is one of the ones I've got on my list to do. And they said, but I said the only thing is 25 count. It's a bit too small to do Pandemic. It's just going to be, you know, I've been doing my new normal on 18 count. And they were like, no, loads of people do their long dogs on 25 count. And a couple of people had been doing it in the stitch along. So I was like, oh, so I could do Pandemic on this sparkly fabric. This was Friday night. So literally we finished, I probably got off about 1:45 midnight, and then I was on my phone and I bought Pandemic and I started it the next day, and here is where we're at. Basically, this is what pandemic will look like. I have definitely fallen down a rabbit hole, as they say. I've decided to pick some colours, autumny colours. Autumn's my favourite season of the year, and I love those colours. Back in one of my floss tubes, probably over last week or the last floss tube or the floss tube before, I showed some wool that I had, which had some like purples, browns, and oranges, like really nice autumny colours. So I got my stash of threads, and I just picked out colours that I thought would go well as autumn. So basically, as you can see, it's all these sort of colours. There's like purples and reds and browns and oranges and yellows, and I've just basically selected a few that I think will all go sort of nice together, and I've made a start on Pandemic. So here we go. Now I don't actually think you can see the sparkles but I've got a picture on my Instagram of the sparkly fabric. But yeah, I'm absolutely really enjoying. I've done all weekend, I've been stitching on this. So I've got the really dark purple for the border, then a purple, then red. This is like which one is it? I think it might be this one, 3803. So it's like a pinky purpley red, I don't know. So that's going there, and then when I do the diagonal bit, I'll put another colour. So yeah, super. You might see some sparkle there. Really pleased with how that's come along. I absolutely love it. It's really lovely to stitch on, and it's fine on 25 count. I'm doing 1/1 and full cross, so not half cross on this one because I'm only using one strand, and Pandemic is fab to do. So another new favourite. But for the conclusion, I have gone mad. I have tons of projects now. I don't know why. I need to stop. I really have enough now. Like I said, I've got the new start in May for my birthday, the Stitch in Time. I need to just focus on some and just get my head in the game sort of thing and stop buying new ones. But I do really love all the ones I've got. I did get some good news. I get to start my degree in October to do English literature and language, so I'm really excited for that. And but it does mean that in October I won't get as much stitching done because it's part-time outside of work. So I work full-time, and then I've got to do 20 hours a week on uni work. So I will stitching will be my time away from it, but it won't be as full on as it is now. So now in my head I'm thinking I've got to stitch as much as I can to October. So maybe that's why I got them all, I don't know. So yes, I think we've been clarifying each floss tube how crazy I am, and it officially has just got worse. But yeah, I hope you're all still watching and not just going, I can't watch this crazy lady, she's just started too many things. I'm going to be getting called a serial starter, which I will be finishing them. I love them. It's not just a case of I don't like it, so I'm going on to the next. I love every single piece I have. It has just all got a bit mad. So yeah, I've got a new opportunity at work as well. I'm taking on a small class, so once a week, so that's extra responsibility, which I'm really excited for. And yeah, busy, but good busy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I think that's everything. I hope I haven't whizzed through all the projects too quickly. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely week and you stay safe. And just thank you so much. So take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye.